Hey guys, Tex here. Welcome back to the channel. Today's Monday, August 16th, 2021. I just want to do a quick trade recap on today because I am finishing the day down $4,300. It's definitely one of my worst losing days. It wasn't all in one trade, but it was 3 trades all on Amazon. So I want to break down exactly what happened today. I need to hold myself accountable, and hopefully you guys can get something useful from this video as well. If you guys can learn from my mistakes, then at least I did something good today. Do me a favor, guys, for the red day, leave me a thumbs up down below. Really do appreciate that. Show your support for the channel. It does help me out. And as always, if you have any comments or questions, feel free to post those below as well. All right, guys, let's go ahead and roll the intro and jump into the charts. All right, guys, so welcome back. Definitely today I am disappointed with myself. But yeah, let's go over the charts here. So again, from the macro picture, we were talking about Amazon, how it had broken down below this channel we were trading in. You see the breakdown candle here, finding some consolidation here over the calc level, looking for the next leg lower. I was kind of targeting this 3250 area, but given the market weakness, it really helped propel us all the way down to the next calc level, which is 3217. I knew it was possible, but for me personally, I would have been happy with a move to 3250 on the short side. So what I did this morning is I did good getting in short, but I just got taken out with my stop. Trying to be patient in the first few minutes. So this first 5-minute candle here, I sat tight. You can see we opened here and had a little pop up. If we had gotten up into the calc level, I would have pulled the trigger on the puts, but we didn't quite get high enough, so I sat tight and let this candle play out. Next 5-minute candle opened, and we popped up into the prior day low. That's this blue line right here, and we started to kind of reject right there, so I pulled the trigger on the puts, and I was risking $3 on the premiums on those puts. I submitted my hard stop at the same time my order got executed. And I realized, this is right at the opening print for the day, and the high of the day is right here. So I felt it was unlikely it would break this high of the day, even though we had the calc level overhead, given the incredible weakness. And if we didn't do that, I wouldn't have gotten stopped out, because as we kind of pushed up a little bit higher here toward the high of the day, it came right to my stop, but it didn't quite hit, it didn't quite trigger it yet. And then we got this quick volatile rip right up into the calc level. It triggered my stop loss, and obviously that's where we rejected off of. That was the ideal entry, and at that point, since my stop had been triggered, I was looking at it at the time, but I decided to hold off on pulling the trigger right into the level. Since I had obviously just been stopped out of the trade, I didn't want to be faked out twice. I thought, let it prove itself. We can always look for like a PCL setup or something like that if it does reject off that level. So I sat tight, and you can see the next 5-minute candle, we did reject off the level. But as this next 5-minute candle opened here, I really didn't like the risk reward. First of all, there's no real PCL setup right here, but you could say that we're obviously going to be playing off that prior low of day and the confirmation of the rejection off the pivot right there. So I could have technically pulled the trigger there on more puts again, but again, the risk reward, I just didn't like it, because with low of day sitting right here, if that held up, the risk reward's just not there, because I have to risk all the way up here at the calc level. So I sat tight. I thought, if we get a breakdown below low of day, maybe the next 5-minute candle could pop up and we get a PCL set up off of that prior candle low or something like that. So we come down, we break low of day. I'm still, patiently waiting for this. Next 5-minute candle, we just fall apart. So at this point, I'm realizing, okay, this is obviously not going to give me the type of setup that I'm looking for. Let's just be patient, see if we can kind of scalp a long out of this and maybe get a secondary short entry a little bit later. So as we dump down here, this 5-minute candle showed us a little bit of consolidation here with this doji candle. I waited for this candle to close. This one opened, and I pulled the trigger on some calls to literally just scalp it up a little bit, because this is right at the close of the hour. Okay, this candle right here was the first 5-minute candle of the new hour. If we look at the hourly chart over here, you can see that this hourly candle is the one I'm talking about, right? So this candle closed, the next candle opened, and it's right here that I'm pulling the trigger to go long, because I'm thinking that we can get a little bit of a pop up into the hourly 9 EMA, or possibly this low here, which is 3269. So there was maybe 8 or 10 points potential on the bounce there. Even if we didn't get all of that, I could have gotten a quick little scalp trade long out of that, would have made back the loss from here, and then looked for some type of a short entry thereafter to catch, a bigger move down, maybe as low as the calc level here. Obviously, I had to risk under low of day. And you can see, obviously, this is where I got stopped out. So I took a 1R loss here. I took a 1R loss here, which put me very close to my max loss, but not quite over it. So at this point, 2 trades in a row, both losses, and very close to my max loss. According to my rules, I should have stopped trading. If I take 2 consecutive losses and I'm close to my max loss, I need to be done for the day. But I did not stop. I broke my rules because I saw Amazon just fall apart here for the next 10, 15 minutes, right? So as this really fell apart here with just 0 bounces, helped by weakness in the market, I kept thinking, all right, maybe I can catch, maybe I can try to catch one more attempt on this to bounce it long on a counter trend bounce and then catch a short once again for this move to the calc level. But you can see it just never gave us any kind of an entry to get into the short unless you chased it. So I just obviously didn't get anything on the bounces either. So this 5-minute candle came down right here and closed, and this is where I started in on the position. Thought we'd get some, because at this point the 9 EMA is sitting way up here. I thought we'd at least get a bounce up into the 5-minute 9 EMA. Next 5-minute candle broke very hard, and I added in once again here, which brought my average somewhere in this neighborhood. And we got the, started to see a bounce here. And at this point, I'm thinking, okay, this looks good. We should get the 5-minute 9 EMA. I'll get a nice profit on these contracts here, because at this point, I'm in with some pretty decent size. We should get a nice profit on these contracts. That should get me close to break even, if not green on the day. And then we can look and reassess if it's worth a short, or maybe look for a long off of the calc level down here. Well, obviously you can see this candle broke, and once again I get stopped out. So at this point now I've taken 3 trades, 3 losses. I'm over my max loss, and I have just 0 mental capital left for the trade of the day, which is right off the damn calc level, right? So patience got me after being triggered, getting stopped out of this trade, and again, just not really getting any entry in to get back into this short after being stopped out. Really just kind of got to me more than I realized, and sizing up into this move here before it gave any signs of reversal, and again just breaking my rules when I wasn't supposed to be trading anymore, meant that the market needed to teach me a hard lesson, and boy did it ever. So no matter how well you're doing in your trading, just remember it only takes one day, one mistake for the market to really humble you. And that's just the way it goes. I mean, unfortunately, look at this reversal. Just a huge 100% reversal right off the calc level, absolutely beautifully. And at that point, I'm obviously done trading, and I just, totally ran out of ammunition before I could really catch the move of the day. And that's the way it goes. So I hope you guys got something from the video. Like I said, it's definitely frustrating. I'm disappointed with myself, so I wanted to make this video to hold myself accountable. And again, hopefully you guys can learn from my mistakes. As always, guys, I appreciate you watching. I hope you guys had a better day than I did. But I've journaled my mistakes. Let's hope that I can learn from those mistakes and make these kind of mistakes less often. All right, guys, so I'm going to wrap it up there. As always, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.